Sanibonani, dumelang absheni, hello. Ngama kuthokozani lesedi khanya. Kena no makini kamkhulu makini kamakini kawamsamo. Mkhulu Sseida, get la maskuru. Mkhulu.
Makhosi. Hayi iyo le nyanga ukushwa. Sseida lo. Mkhulu wenhlanhla. Geza lamakhosi, siyanibingelela nonke ngothando lukaMvelinqani. Siyanamukela kwenye episode la ku-KB TV. Siyabonga.
Yes. No, namhlanje I want us to speak about karma and karmic debt and what are the effects thereof and what ought we to know about this chat of what is karma, what is karmic debt. Mkhulu, what is karma? And before we even go into this, please, viewers, we are not the end-all be-all. We are not the textbook. We are not the one and only truth. Please go and do your own research into this chat.
Just ukuthi sikhe phezulu Khehla. Karma is the result of actions taken that are contrary to the laws of Ma'at or the laws of the universe that cause the body, the etheric body, along with its other igaba and its other layers, to accumulate a debt that has to be paid in order for the soul to pass on to higher realms. Kufana nokuthwala izinto. It's a weight that you accumulate due to actions, words, and thoughts.
So are you saying that if I spend my whole life and I don't contravene any of the laws of my art, then when my time comes to move on to the next realm, it'll be a smooth process?
Hypothetically speaking. But we know that's not possible.
Okay.
In the world of opposites,
sure,
we know that's not possible because the moment you're born into the world of opposites, the reason why a soul comes into the physical realm is for it to learn lessons.
School.
Yeah, the earth school. Now, when you come to the earth school, at soul level, you might have chosen whatever purpose. And the more figala, because your purpose is gonna intertwine you with different things, you are gonna learn your lesson and master your lessons through the people that you meet and through the circumstances that you deal with. Now, if those circumstances should push you to contravene or go against the laws of Ma'at, you accumulate karma.
Okay. And then is there a danger in accumulating karma?
Reincarnation, number one.
Okay.
You must come back by either suffering extensively or through good deeds. It's two ways to pay for karma. Suffering extensively or through service to others. Service to self, serving yourself, serving your ego, accumulates karma in a very quick and detrimental way. Service to others dissipates karma.
Multi-service to self accumulates karmic debts in a quick and detrimental way. Mkhulu, I don't understand. So are you saying that if I live my life and mind my business and do what I do, my businesses pop off in an ethical way, and I'm doing things for myself, how does that accumulate karma that I need to resolve? Or am I misunderstanding you, Mauti? Service unto self accumulates karma in a detrimental way.
Service to self is serving yourself with the tools that you have. Everything within the universe is in service to another. Have you not noticed? Ilanga is in service, willingly and regrettably, to all of us. The trees are in service to us, willingly and unregrettably. The ants, the birds, the bacteria, they all serve the ecosystem. Do you see service to other there?
I see that. So are you saying we're the only organism?
But humans really a lot of times function like a virus.
Okay. Sure.
So umuntu uzosivalela and say, I'm just building my business, I'm just living my life, I'm just minding my own business. Athi makashona makafika le, but you have to go back. You didn't learn your lesson. What was my lesson? Your lesson was to be a healer. Oh shit. You lived in fear. That's another thing. Fear is a restrictor. Fear is a very terrible disease.
Yo, I hear you now. I'm getting you now.
So out of fear, you'll find abantu in service to self.
Mm,
With yo, no, I can't help that child wandering the street. What if Bakunda or what if Bayi?
mm.
Now you are in the earth realm with free will, and you must now learn with clutch, brake, accelerator. You must learn to balance.
Issue.
There is, how can I put it there?
Issue.
You can serve yourself by serving others.
Whoa. I'm not gonna just move past that. Clutch, brake, accelerate. You must learn balance.
Sometimes you stop. Sometimes you change gear to increase speed. Sometimes you change gear to lower speed. Sometimes you must leave the accelerator because you're going too fast.
Mm-hmm.
In Earth School, you must learn the balancing. And hence why it's so important when people hear all the laws of the Ten Commandments and they'll be like, this is what God said. No. These are the laws given by the universe to move you from karma to dharma.
Okay.
What is dharma?
What's the polarity? Yeah, please explain.
Dharma is the state you reach once you've absorbed all your karma.
Okay.
It's the state you reach, and Abantu Bagini will show you in dreams which you've entered into dharmic state. As you can enter into dharma, you can exit dharma based on your actions, based on your circumstances.
Mm.
You are likelihood to be within dharma if you serve what? Your life purpose. And if you are in service to others, constantly, unregrettably. Now you can do that in various ways. It's not just in one way. It's as small as a thing, Uti. When your sister passed away, you took in all the kids and you worked your whole life, ukubasa esikoleni and everything. And when you get to the other side, bakutshela ukuthi, you came down here to learn unconditional love.
Mm.
And because of that, by serving these kids, it absorbed all your karma, you in dharma and rula. You don't have to go back down there. Now you are in service to self. You're like, hey, I only got enough for my family and I can't work harder. You failed your life purpose and you could have been in duty, in service to them, but what did you choose? To be in service of self. Fear is the opposite of love. Love is what overcomes all and causes you to enter into Dharma.
Mkhulu, so say now, you speak about being in karma. I have a question. If just an example, say someone does something terrible, God forbid, to your sister or your mother, and you decide maybe whatever they do causes them to die a premature death, and you decide, I want revenge, and you go out there and you cause the death of those that caused the death of your loved one. Do those two evil actions balance out, or do you now have karma that counts as karmic debts? Please explain.
One of the laws you get when you're leaving a coven is as long as it does harm to none, do as you will.
Okay.
Serve in whatever capacity you want, as long as you're not harming anyone. Now, linking that to the laws of Ma'at, you shall not extinguish a life. Okay. Or else what happens when you extinguish a life or you harm a life? You accumulate karma. It is an irreversible law. You will accumulate karma. Naganja. Now, in the eyes of the fleshly realm, you believe you've balanced everything out. But ngokomoya, you must answer. You will accumulate karma and have to find a way to resolve it.
And then
it doesn't mean.
Is it not good enough an answer to say, iso ngeso, ngibulale ngoba naye ubulele? Is that not a good enough answer
You did, but you are not absolved from karma. Don't expect to manje. You are absolved.
Why?
Under what circumstance? Under what makes you special to think Uti because you took a gun and you shot somebody because they shot, you are now absolved from the debt. You kill somebody who killed and you go to jail and you suffer. Are you now going to pray to God and ask, why am I suffering? You are suffering because of your karma. You took a life. You went to prison. It is homicide. In one way or another, the universe finds a way to balance.
So truth in amaphoyisa babulala abantu in the act of service, they have karma. noma kungena umuntu azogcekeza lana aphethe
Nakanjani?
isibhamu wadubula kucala wageja mina ngamdubula ngamqeda. I've got karmic debt.
Nakanjani, Khetla? I want to
Ngathi iyabheda bekhama.
I want to explain to you the reason why it's like this is because we are in the world of opposite, light and dark. We are in the world of severities. You come here to learn those lessons. So when you enter into this world, it's really hard to remain in Dharma. The challenge is to enter into Dharma. And hence why isifundiso saka Yeshua HaMashiach against izokanga ngeBhayibheli was when somebody slaps you on the right cheek, what do? Turn the other cheek. Now people
Mina ngizothi umsangano that.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. You must be absolutely aware ukuthi Jesus was in Dharma. Imfundiso yakhe was to teach people this is if you want to be in Dharma, go this way. Now I'm not saying ukuthi you're doomed if you have karma. But if we're now uti, I don't want to come back to earth school. I want to graduate.
Okay.
Then turn the other cheek. But if uti, no, if I have to come back for another incarnation, let it be so. Then go for it, bro. Mara ungacabanga ukuthi you are absolved from karma. No one is absolved from karma. An action that goes out that harms us, that harms another, whether in words or in action, it requires ukuthi ibuye in some way or form back to you. So, for instance, ngamagedla thina. Let me just make this example. Ngamagedla. Yeah. Umuntu uyasigangela. We have tools wokubulala. Khehla sinemithi igcwele. Why don't we always react? Because we understand the dharmic law. Ukuthi kunjalo Khehla. Ukuthi ngizomshaya lo muntu. And ngizomshaya ngomuthi angeke akholwe ngimshaya ngimbulale ngomuthi. Mara khona icala elingimele laphaya.
Sure.
Now when I get there, the discussion isn't always reincarnation. The discussion is, but you have karma, bro. What are you gonna do? Hamba udlozomela. Now so uyabuya ezinyanga ngesikhwama uzongena umuntu. Kodwa mawufika njalo lo muntu makathi uyabulala you like no. Why? Because ngingene to resolve my karma as well. Ukuthi ngicela ungabulali. It's nje cabanga izinto to defend yourself.
Okay.
Do you see where the earth school becomes tricky in that sense? Because now as umoya, I need to enter into Dharma to pass to the higher realms. But as well, when you're down here, you are susceptible to the severity and contrast of the physical realm. So, izoxaka at some point, izoxaka vele, you're gonna have a conflict of moral. Ngoba abantu bayaganga, abantu bayenza izinto engamelanga bazenze. So, it's gonna be up to you. Do I take karma into my hand? Or do I want to remain in Dharma? It's free will. Yenza lento yenza maruwazi ukuthi ungathi when you're in karma now, ube confused ukuthi hayi mara yena wenza so wazokutshela ukuthi hey dog, this is not that type of place where you have a court case, dog. It's either you reincarnate or uhambe uyodlozomela. Which one is it? And bear in mind, when you reincarnate, greater most of the time, a lot of souls will choose to suffer what they suffered in order to balance their dharma. So they'll set their circumstance ukuthi if ngadubula umuntu ngambulala, nami ngifuna ukushaya ngenhlamba ngibulale. At soul level, you'll be like, yo, why do I have so many enemies? But it has been set up by you in such a way and your higher council to ensure ukuthi I resolve this and I don't have to come back here. And that's when a soul has reached the level they have accomplished so many lessons here on earth, they can move on to other realms. But at soul level, they still have that small amount of karma that they need to resolve. Umntana azalwe, makazalwa agula gule, abe a very sickly child who people have mercy on, abangamcotheli, agula gule, that child came to serve their karma in that way.
Okay.
Yabona ukuthi ijule kanjani? It's very, very, very deep. Masingajula ngempela abantu bayoxakeka, but people must just understand that no one is absolved from karma. Any action that you put out,
imanyanga ngifuna ukukutrap. He sets up le.
Asi. Ngiyawuthanda amasethu.
Lalela ke gedla lamaskuru. Ne ngiyafika kuwe endumbeni yakho ngithi hayi cha ngikhathele izitha zami hlezi bangishaya ngithole i-accident
Mm.
ugogo ushonile yibo
Mm.
hayi mkhulu siyabashaya ungibuza ukuthi uyayazi ukuthi into eyicelayo do you know what you're saying
Mm.
ngithi mkhulu siyabashaya ngithakele ngithi
Mm.
2-3 days bahambe bonke fu.
Mm.
Are you not part of that comic debt yourself as the shaman that orchestrated that?
Umbuzo wakho ujulile. And it's a very good question. It brings into conflict what we do. But remember, I am resolving my karma as much as I'm creating. So ngiyalapha, ngiyaphilisa, ngiyalapha.
Usukulapha into okay, so sizoyikhuluma the difference, yeah, so sizoyikhuluma leyo.
Bear in mind, the karma I might have is not the karma you have. Ngikhiphe mina umuthi omnyama. The karma is ngikhiphe umuthi omnyama. To balance my karma, what must there be? An equal and opposite action. Kumele ngikhiphe umuthi okhanyayo, ngiphilise.
Kodwa mkhulu, you are contradicting yourself ngoba mina ngithe uma umuntu abulala umuntu engimthandayo mhlawumbe ngizothusisa wami noma uma wami ambulala bese nami ngiyambulala yena. You said I have not absolved my karma. Manje wena uthi mawukhipha umuthi okhanyayo ukhipha umuthi omnyama, no mkhulu.
Khetla izwe. You go to a gun shop.
Sure.
And you say you want a 9mm pistol, uhambe uyotubula abantu. Who's at fault there?
It depends.
Mara ngikunikeni isikhali sokubulala. Wasebenzisa ukubulala. So, mina uthe nginezitha.
No, but there's guns for defense as well.
Yeah.
And the best defense is offense.
Okay. So, now you take that gun. You now take that gun and you kill somebody. Who's that for? Is it the gun manufacturing company?
It depends on what that person. What are the circumstances that led to that? Your decision and your action.
Okay, but now I'm coming back to igedla inyanga.
Igedla, okay.
Nginika umuthi okuyobulala mina. After ngikutshela ukuthi hayi bafo ngaqinisa. Hayi bafo ngingakunika into yokuthi
that's on you.
Yokuthi mawugquma.
But now you are involved.
Yeah. Mara mina ukhumbule ukuthi at spiritual level as well as soul level, I am in service here.
Of abantu abafuna ukubulala.
No, I am in service of imimoya. And the SO1, 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 we live in a world of severity. So I can first tell you, you can defend yourself. But if you come and you say, I want revenge, as well, I can say, Abantu mabazwe, and I want to talk to the world. You have free will. Whatever you choose. Karma is not a court where you can go debate and they'll be like, yeah, absolve it. He pleads the fifth.
No.
He pleads the Fifth Amendment.
Your example is also disingenuous.
Okay.
Because minangiti, you said karma is about polarities, and when you can balance karma you keep mutumnyama with ukipa mutokanyayo. But then why is it that mina as umuntu opilayo I cannot balance karma yo? Ibalance ikama yomunye umuntu makabulala umuntu engimthandayo ngiyibalance ngokuhambisa yena.
Okay. Now I'll have to go back to the laws of my art. It says, you shall not take a life. Did I take a life? I gave you the gun. And you are now in the position to take a life. We took a life. No, you took a life.
Okay.
Mina, you came to me and you said, give me a formula. And I gave you the formula. And you took a life.
Kodwa nawe as umuntu othengisa ibhamu, is there not any karma there?
That's why first, as umuntu othengisa ibhamu, you must check, do you have a gun license?
Are you authorized?
Yeah. So likewise, mina kumele ngikubhule ngicheck ukuthi uyoshaya abantu aba-right, vele uyothatha i-revenge, or nje umbulali, ufuna ukuyothakatha abantu babulali.
Okay.
And if I don't do that, I am not only now in karma, nginecala ethongweni.
Is it not the same thing?
Never mind karma, ukuthi you killed. I'm now talking about unecala kuphi? Ethongweni. Ukuthi lo muntu lo walimaza umuntu. Wena sakutshela ukuthi umuntu uyabhulwa ngaphambi kokuthi wenze into so. Why ungambhulanga lo muntu? bofuna ukuthengisa imithi angithi. So you acted out of what? One of the 7 deadly
Greed.
sins. Greed.
Sure.
There you go. Uyabona ukuthi intricate kanjani? It's not so cut and dry. So you need to, as a spiritual teacher, a spiritual person, you need to always check the laws of my heart, check the 7 deadly sins, and see how you are acting.
How does karma relate or play a role in idlozi? Let's say umuntu yadlula emhlabeni bese uba idlozi lesiganga. How does that come about? Is karma also involved there?
Yeah.
Because you're saying you can absolve karma by. I'm answering my question. Let me let you answer it. Sorry.
Yeah. Inzima leyo khehla. Inzima because as dynamic and as intricate as the physical realm is, the spiritual realm is many times fold more. There are various reasons why people end up. Masithi dlozi lesiganga, we are talking about somebody caught in limbo. Somebody caught in purgatory. They can neither move up or down.
It breaks my heart a little bit because I know some cases like that. We want to say, this guy. Because now, where I was going with this was you're saying that if you accumulate negative karma, you can either be reincarnated or udlozomele. Now, to me, it sounds like they don't have either of those options. They're in limbo now.
Free will. Let me say again. Free will. You are so attached to the physical realm. There are spirits so attached to the physical realm, and they uthole ukuthi umuntu wahamba wayenza fraud, wathola imali eningi, wabanjwa, wayejele. He's already alienated from idlozi lakhe. Makafika ejele wajula waba yi-28.
Yo.
And when he could no longer do it, and angwagxeka ama-28, I'm just making an example. Agcine ayikhunga. This person was supposed to die at 70. They die at 30. An unnatural death after accumulating so much karma. And when they killed themselves, they were performing a service to who? To self. Do you see how many factors are coming into play now? They are alienated from idlozi labo netongo labo. Their death was ukubalekela the karma they were paying for in prison. Bayinqume bona bacabanga ukuthi bayebalekela lento. Idlozi lithi no ways. First, let him spend their left years here on earth wandering. And then when they come up here, they still have their karma to deal with.
Yeah.
Usejivini, you will dance.
Yeah.
People mustn't underestimate the intricacy of being a human. Yabona, we're going back to the topic we had. Spiritual ignorance is a very dangerous thing.
Sure.
Because it can make you act and say things that you are saying in ignorance. Unaware ukuthi you are actually chaining yourself as a spirit to ilitshe ongeke ukhone nokudonsa. Purgatory is not fun and games. It is not fun and games. One day sizojula on the topic of suicide, but for now, people must understand that there's so many moving parts in being a soul, with a soul contract here on earth to do a specific purpose and ending that contract early because you are running away from your karma. Some way, somehow. Uzobuya.
Yeah, that one is very tricky. We do need a topic on suicide. Well, I don't know, any last sentiments on the topic of karmic debts? What do people need to know that you feel you haven't covered yet?
Bagwethu, go into spiritual studies. You know, as Mina Mkhulu explained when we started this channel is for the awakening of consciousness. Because I solely believe, as a spiritual advisor, as a spiritual teacher, as a prophet, ukuthi, in order for the world to change and become a kingdom of God, we must all come into consciousness. But right now, we are all unconscious. And we have those at the top that deem themselves conscious at the top of the pyramid. And if they are acting as our consciousness, vukani, and start studying things ngokujula, so that you can come into consciousness of thyself. I truly believe if everybody comes into consciousness of themselves, this whole shit show will balance.